Hey guys, Marsegan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so now that we've finished showing off all of the new Fusions units on their own, we are now going to go into Extreme Super Battle Road and showcase them all together on the same team under a double physical LR Gogeta lead and see how we get on. So, pretty decent starting rotation. Obviously, a lot of these units, they share a few links together, but not always a lot. Fused Fire and Shattering the Limit are the most common. These guys do share Shocking Speed as well, which is pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and grab... Let's just grab these. And then we can get all of the orbs here for Weirus. We're going to attack lower Spopovich. Let's go ahead and do this. This means we get the support buff. We also have the extra attack and defense as well as the dodge chance. And then I guess we'll just go ahead and do this as well, right? So I'm not going to activate an item here. I'm hoping that, there you go. We get the dodge straight away in slot 1 with Janembu, which now means that he's guarding, raising defense on super attack. Lowers the enemy's attack by 33%. So as you can see, when we don't dodge, we just take double-digit damage. And then Weirus, what is he going to do here? Just a 1.2 mil. Obviously, these first two in this fight, they do have a significant amount of HP. Of course, we get super attacked here, but... There's the dodge from our boy Weirus. That's what we like to see. Dodge this one as well. Alright, well, at least we got hit by the type neutral one and not the type disadvantage one. But a couple of good dodges there from Weirus. That's what we like to see. And then I think on the next rotation, we have the god himself, Chao Man, coming up. So I think what we want to do here is... I don't really want to put Chao Man... Actually, to be fair, this is not the best rotation because we have... Funnily enough, Chao Man has the best defense in slot 1, but his defense is not particularly great. At least we've lowered the attack. Spapovich, sorry, only has his attack lowered for the 1 turn, so he could do quite a bit of damage here to Chao Man. So I think we probably just go ahead and pop an item here just to be safe, especially in case we take a super attack in slot 1 here. So what's Chao Man going to take here? So yeah, with the Whis active, Chao Man just takes double-digit damage. So that's what we like to see. So to be a bit careful about him getting super attacked. So 2.6 mil. He's only going to have Fused Fire and Shattering the Limit with Cooliza. We did not get the crit on his AoE, at least on Yamu here. But at least we're not taking a lot of damage. And then Cooliza. Cooliza is obviously more designed for longer form events. But he does have that built-in crit chance as you do more super attacks. So look at that, we get the double crit supers. So I think we might actually be taking out Yamu here with the super attack from Gogeta. Although no crit. Alright, decent enough to start. The interesting thing about these teams, obviously, they're not necessarily like designed to be used together. We also get Brutal Beatdown with Selza, so that's very good. So let's go ahead and lower your attack for the turn. And then we get Selza to finish off Yamu. Actually, to be fair, he's not attacking for the rest of the turn, so we might as well take advantage of the type neutral here. And then we'll just get Weirus to finish off Yamu. The great thing about Weirus, of course, because he creates so many orbs. We're going to dodge this with Janembu? Oh, we don't dodge. But we got the Whis active, so he takes like no damage anyway, thanks to that and the support from Weirus. Yeah, not only is Weirus creating all those orbs really good, obviously for him, for getting his actual passive, the steps of his passive to activate, but the fact that we're obviously creating so many same type orbs that we're able to get a decent heal as well. 4.3 million from Selza on a rotation where he doesn't have big bad bosses. That is pretty decent. So he should tank for double digits as well. And then Weirus takes out Yamu. So, I mean, all of these units, I've done the individual showcases for them. They are all actually very good in their own right. The only downside, of course, like, you know, we're running them here on a fusion team together. And, you know, they have a couple of links. They're not terrible using them on the same team. But they're obviously not really designed to be run all on a team together like this. Because they don't share a ton of links outside of the odd few common ones. You know, the best thing about them for each of the units is the other categories that they're on. Obviously, Cooliza and Weirus are providing that support to Fusion as well, which is obviously very useful. Look at this, Cooliza just going off here in slot 1. His crit chance should be fully built up now, I say, as he doesn't crit on the last super. But then in comes Chao Man. The most pointless AoE when there's only one enemy with a tiny sliver of health, but there you go. And so we move on. So this is the fight. I'm gonna spread out the damage a little bit here in the first stage because I want to see how just how effective Chao Man can be. And this is a perfect rotation here for our boy Janembu. As soon as we get that first dodge off, remember he's guarding for the whole of the rest of the turn. So let's go ahead and attack lower you. And then let's do some damage to you. We want to try and do some big damage to you because you'll take the least damage from Chao Man unless he crits. And then yeah, let's do some damage to Dobura as well. Alright, so Janembu, there you go, look at that. First dodge, the first attack, and then boom. He's just going to guard for the whole of the rest of the turn, or dodge, of course. And then that means we also get to heal at the end of the turn because he took an attack during the course of the turn. So very, very good showing from Janembu. I still think, after talking about them in each of their individual showcases, I do think Janembu is potentially the best one, just based on stuff like this. I mean, this is ESBR, no item active, and because of his guard being up, 48k from a super attack. So very, very good. We should be looking good here. I really want to see, hopefully we get lucky with the crits from Chao Man in the next turn, because I want to see Chao Man, look at that, dodge the super from Barbody as well. Let's go. What would have been really nice, actually, is if we could have somehow come into this turn with under 30% HP, because then we would have had the big damage from Chao Man. So, let's go ahead and attack you. I need to get, decent enough orbs with you to get your full passive. So let's do this, and then we'll target you, and I guess we'll retarget you just in case. Do I need to use an item here? I'm hoping that Weirus is going to be all good. I mean, Weirus has got 22k defense before supering, which isn't really that great, but he does have his dodge chance. So I think we could be okay. I mean, this team has 600k HP. We are going to lose some HP when Chao Man super attacks as well. So, do we need to use an item here? I don't want to. I want to see how this plays out without using one. So, let's see what we get here. So, there's a dodge straight away from Weirus. 1,000 damage from the int enemy. But then look at that. All the dodges going off. That's what we like to see. The important one is the STR enemy coming up next. But we have super attacked, which means we've raised our defense. And there's that dodge. Perfect. Alright, Chao Man. Show us how it's done. 3 million attack stat. Let me see some crits. Oh, look at this. Chao Man. Come on, Chao Man. Crit everyone. Ah, he almost crit everyone. So, nice big chunk of damage across the board. And then post-super attack, double-digit damage for Chao Man. So, pretty good. And then Kuliza comes in and takes out... Is it Kui? Or Pui Pui? I've forgotten the last name. No, Kui's the guy from Namek. Is it Pui Pui? I don't know. Who cares what that guy's name is? And then, of course, Kuliza takes the type disadvantage super attack. But actually, that's reasonable damage considering type disadvantage super attack from Dobura there on Kuliza. He didn't really take that much damage. So that is pretty impressive. So we'll go ahead and do this. And then, yeah, we are going to be GG fairly soon here. Janembu. See, look at that. His defense is already high enough that he's just taking double-digit damage even without guarding. What a beast. And the 33% attack lowering for the duration of one turn is obviously quite nice as well. You can obviously play that out a little bit more tactically. I just kind of spammed all the attacks here. Selza should probably kill Barbody. And then we'll do some decent damage to Dobura with the LR Gogeta. Yeah, very good. And then 1.7. Obviously, the LR Gogeta unit here is like the odd one out on the team. Because obviously in their pre-transformed state, they're not a fused fighter. So we're not getting the full buffs or anything like that in terms of like the various links that would be available. But we're doing okay here. So let's grab these. I don't want to get the Dokkan attack. So let's... we should be able to finish up this turn, I hope. Because Selza, I mean, Weirus, I'm going to get all their names mixed up now. 3.5 million attack stat is pretty decent for him. Does a good chunk of damage to Dobura. If we get crits on Chao Man's supers here, then we could be GG. Alright, we quit the STR one. That's good. So he's gone. Alright, cool. So Gogeta finishes off Dobura. So yeah, looking very good here, boys. Even with the sacrificing 10% HP from Chao Man, we are looking very, very good. We've got our good rotation set up here as well. Look at this, all the villains together. So Janembu is going to be getting his full buff as well from his passive. So this is going to be a very solid turn here. So I think we want to... Let's attack lower the physical Fat Boo. So let's go ahead and grab these. And then we'll attack Fat Boo with you. And then Kid Boo with you. So I'm hoping we don't need an item active here. We got a lot of HP. We're getting the Dokkan attack with Janembu. So yeah, I mean, even here with no item up, now we get our first dodge. But even before that, we don't even need to guard to be doing double-digit damage. This is extreme Super Battle Road. The Fusion stage, when this first set of ESBR stages came out, this was the one that people found the most difficult out of this particular set. Because Fusions was... it probably did need some buffs at that time. But yeah, these guys getting their Awakenings and their EZA'S, I mean, they're just absolutely dominating this stage. Nice crit from Janembu, and we get the double super. So double defense raise here. His guard is already active, so he's just not going to take any damage here. And then just 1.9 for Selza. This is what I was talking about. Like, we've seen in their individual showcases, when you get them on the teams where, you know, you're able to take advantage of some of these extra links, then these units look a lot better than when you just shove them all together on one team like this. But as you can see here, this is perfectly doable. I mean, all of my units are rainbow. I've been link leveling them since the Awakenings came out, and they're getting pretty close. Most of them are all at the sort of like level 6s to 9s kind of range. But yeah, I mean, that's with... we have barely had to use any items. So obviously with items, if you have all of these guys and you can put them all together on a team, then pretty straightforward. You can actually get a decent run in here. So this should be a pretty good turn here, depending on if Weirus is going to dodge Boo Super. There we go. That's what we like to see. You can get hit with the normal attack as long as you dodge the Super. I'm perfectly fine with that. So, Chao Man, we need you to come through with the crits on that AoE, although Weirus going to double Super. What's so good is a lot of these Fusions Awakened units all have raises attack and defense for one turn on their Super attack. So anytime you get a double Super like that, it's always going to look really, really good for them with the follow-up attacks. So 3 mil for Chao Man again. We crit Boo. Critting Kid Boo is probably the most important because he was he's the toughest out of the two. But 272k from the super on Chao Man. That's a little bit unfortunate. I think we could probably... we're going to finish off Fat Boo, unfortunately, before we get the chance. I was going to say we would be able to... see Chao Man's under 50% HP turn, but I think, well, let me grab these. I won't heal at all, and then if we do get one final turn with Chao Man, then he is going to be finishing off Fat Boo here with that massive 300% attack. But with Janembu double supering and Kuliza having type advantage, I have a feeling that Fat Boo is probably not going to survive this turn. Because even if he doesn't get an additional super, which he did, well, there you go. So GG. So that is Extreme Super Battle Road, the Fusion stage, beaten using just all of the new Awakened units together on a team. Even though they don't really gel cohesively well together as a team, they're just perfectly able to sail through and crush it. I think we might not have even needed to use that item in the first turn. So yeah, considering how, like I say, this was one of the most difficult stages to no item when it first came out as well, the ESBR version. And yeah, it's not that difficult anymore, but that's power creep for you. So there you go. That's all the Fusion's EZA'S on Fusion ESBR. Absolutely crushed it. Give it a try if you have these units. Definitely make this stage a lot easier. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.